Morning Extra in the morning. Breakfast Extra. I'm always... No, you're going to have to give me 24 hours to get this right.
Breakfast Extra in the morning.
Breakfast Extra in the morning. Why
Breakfast Extra.
See, I haven't had my breakfast.
Clearly.
And there's nothing extra about the morning.
Don't worry, I got you.
All right, then, we have our next special guest in today, Miss Natasha.
Yes,
Thank you
morning.
for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Now, from what I understand, do you run L3 magazine?
I do.
Brilliant.
Wow,
L3 magazine.
I do.
This magazine is amazing. I was checking out online this morning. Absolutely amazing. So today, we just want to figure out what is L3 magazine and tell us more about yourself.
Okay, so L3 magazine, let me start by saying what the L3 means or represents.
Yes.
The first L is for life, the second L is for love, and the third L is for lyrics.
Oh. Did you create that yourself?
Yes, I did.
Oh, what was the inspiration behind that?
Actually, live, love, laugh.
Live, love. Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to turn it into something a little bit more entertainment-oriented, so I just thought life, love, lyrics, because ultimately that's what entertainment kind of falls into.
Yeah.
So created that in 2006. We were in print in Toronto, only in Toronto. And then we took a break in 2009. We relaunched in 2011. We're only available online, l3magazine.com. And it's just been great. It's been amazing. We interview some of the best and hottest artists in the industry.
Oh, we can see Shaggy, Sizzler, some of the legends. These are not even ordinary artists. These are some legends on this page. I mean, it's a big thing when you have a lot, especially black women, doing a lot of great things.
Yes.
I mean, what was the inspiration for, our young female listeners? What's the inspiration to kind of wanting to do something like this?
Okay, so I'll tell you the story in 30 seconds or less. I actually used to work for a company called My Travel, based here in England, but they had a branch in London. In Toronto.
Right.
So I worked for them, and I was supposed to be their communications manager, meaning I was supposed to write about some of the places that we offer tour travels to, whether it be Mexico, whether it be Scotland, wherever it is, I was supposed to write about that. No matter what I did, they would not allow me to write about these destinations. So I got really frustrated. Like, why am I here at this job and I'm not allowed to do what my job description says?
Yeah.
And then in my spare time, I would just, start writing about music. And then one thing led to another, and then L3 was born. Yeah.
Oh, well done.
How long has it been running?
How long has
L3 been running?
Since 2006.
2006.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Looking at the website, it seems like you specialize in like dance hall kind of artists.
Reggae
artists.
Yeah, that is true. However, 4 months ago, we started introducing Afrobeats artists.
Oh.
I believe our first feature was May 7,
Wow.
I believe. And ever since then, the numbers have just been through the roof. So I'm actually hoping to secure my first Afrobeats artist for the front cover with this trip.
Oh, wow. So who is the lucky person we're looking at?
I don't know yet. But before I leave, I will know.
Okay, well, we have Mr. 2K in the UK. He was here with us yesterday.
Yes.
So that's exciting
That
stuff.
was a very interesting interview. He had a lot to say. That was really good. We have May 7. We have a lot of people. Ezzy's doing her thing.
Mo
Logo's doing his thing.
Have you heard of these people?
Yes, I have. And I've heard their music too.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So you're pretty much in touch with the sounds of...
I am. And I'm a fan of Afrobeats as well.
What's the background? Obviously Africa, but are you Caribbean?
My parents are from Trinidad.
Okay.
I was raised by a Jamaican nanny, so my culture is more on the Jamaican side. But I was born in Toronto, Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say America and I realized, no.
You know what? I was trying to figure out the accent, and I was like,
Toronto twice. I was like, yeah, she's not American.
She's not American, Toronto,
Canada.
Toronto. Canadian.
Yeah,
What's
Canadian.
it like in Canada? For people that have never been to Canada, what's it like growing up in Canada?
It's a pretty good upbringing. We don't really experience racism as such. We do experience discrimination.
That was my next question.
But not racism as such. Very multicultural society. People from all over the world settle in Toronto.
Okay.
Population, not nearly what it is here in the UK, not nearly.
Wow.
But, across the entire country, we've got some 35-36 million people across the entire country.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you compare that to the population here, it's just not even a comparison. But we're very driven by the arts. We're very driven by music in particular, theater. And
what do you guys think about Drake?
Well, we love him. Because
Toronto really love him.
He's our own. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just check it. I just want to make sure he's not lying and they still love for him back home.
No, they do. They do.
I mean, on the issue of race, do you think Pharrell made a comment on Oprah said the new black?
Right.
I don't know if you ever caught that.
No, I didn't.
And he said the new black. Do you think race is still a thing in black people trying to elevate with creative ideas and stuff like that? Is it still a thing, or are we the new blacks in terms of no, we don't care about it no more, or is it still a thing?
It is still a thing, but it's a thing with the very much older generation.
Oh, okay.
So I'm speaking of the people who are more in their 70s, late 60s, 70s, 80s. It's still an issue for them. I don't think they can quite understand how we, the younger generations now, are able to think so creatively and actually develop that creativity into an economic, forceful engine. They just can't quite grab that concept. We, of course, we get it because we're the creators, but I just don't think that generation understands. But I like what's going on. I like the fact that you have a beautiful flair for bringing the best out of people, and you can make a multi-million-dollar, company out of that.
Yeah.
You're a great journalist. You can make a multi-million-dollar career out of that. So
thank you.
I'm happy and I'm excited to see what our youth are doing. It's very exciting.
Well, can you tell me, you told us the history about L3 Magazine. What do you guys do? I mean, there's so many online magazines.
Yes.
There's African Dazzle.
Yes.
There is OK Nigeria, which is available online as well.
Right.
So tell me what's different about L3 from all the other magazines and like what you specialize or what your mission is.
Okay,
this magazine.
That's a great question. Even though on the front cover you have, whichever entertainer, when you go inside the magazine, we talk about arts, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about who's making moves in what position, we talk about fashion, we talk about beauty. It's not just music. It really is a lifestyle magazine.
Okay. So different areas of black culture.
That's correct.
Brilliant.
Yes.
So that's hence the Afrobeat edition.
Exactly.
Okay, that's really that's really, really good. What do you think of music over the years? Is it becoming worse or better because people have so much mixed opinions?
We did have a period where it was worse. We had a period where people could, actually have a little Pro Tools studio in their, oh my God, I'm so sorry, my phone is on. We had a period where we had Pro Tools available at home, so people could create their own music. Sound, their own music, and they think that it sounds good, which I'm sure for that humble environment, it is good. But when you take it to a larger stage, it actually is not as good as they think, and that's where some of the flaws come out. So we did have a period where the music went down, and now we have a period where the music is coming back up where it should be.
Yeah, I mean, the whole digital downloads and stuff like that, they said the industry is suffering and so forth. I had the lady from the BBC radio come here, and she gave me a very shocking fact. She said 93% of the music industry, basically in the UK, are pretty much white dominated. So what does that mean for black culture coming out?
Well, our culture is being consumed.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're talking about Afro beats, reggae, dancehall, Latin American. It does not matter. It is being consumed. I believe that statistic, about 93% coming from the UK. I do believe that because having traveled around the world now, I can genuinely say the UK pushes, produces, promotes, enhances the most music.
Wow.
I could truly say that.
We've been busy.
We have.
Yeah.
We've been very, very busy.
I could truly say that.
I mean, because for the younger generation, when we were starting to do music, a lot of our parents would say, go school, get an education. What's this music nonsense you're talking about?
Yes.
How do you think that's affected the future generation of trying to be creative if the old people, our fathers and mothers, are really structured on education? Is it a misunderstanding, or is it something we can do to communicate back to the older generation in terms of why we're doing what we do?
Okay, how about I break it down to you like this?
All right.
I'm a mother. I have a son. My son chose to go into sports. He's a rugby player.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, so he plays rugby. But in addition to rugby, I always say to him, if your career comes to an end on the field, you've got kinesiology, you've got massage therapy, you've got this thing where they work with the diet, like what you eat. Nutritionist. Thank you. You've got all these different options, but you're still in the sports arena.
Oh, okay.
So to those parents, I would say, if you're encouraging your child to become a lawyer, maybe an entertainment lawyer would be a good or better fit.
Alternative, yeah.
If your child is really good with numbers, maybe an entertainment accountant would be a better fit.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah,
so you could still keep it within the genre that you're interested in, but you can plug in
academics.
now. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so what advice would you give to young people that want to get into the industry? Because, I mean, it's a hard industry to get to, and I must say we're proud of you that you've managed to get it this far, so big, coming from where you're coming from. But how would you advise someone to get into it and be able to secure it and be confident enough to keep it going? Because you said you shut it down, then you relaunched it. That must have been really difficult to stop it completely and then bring it back and still get the response you're getting with these, big artists coming to see you guys.
So to everybody listening, and I'm talking every single person listening, whether you're a baby of 2 months or whether you're an older person of 78, it does not matter. Whatever it is that you're inspired to do, the world needs. When I started in Toronto, I didn't even think anybody outside of Toronto would have a remote interest in what I'm doing. That's a fallacy. That was wrong. The world has an interest. So no matter what it is, I've met a lot of people here who are into fashion, who are just naturally able to style and put together. Like, I look at you and I'm just like, oh my God, you're just so styled and put together.
Thank you.
Believe it or not, over in Canada, we don't have as much style and put together.
Really?
No, we don't.
Oh, wow.
And anyone who tells you differently is not telling you the truth.
Okay.
So what I'm really trying to say is everything that you do, your very essence, everything about you is needed and wanted. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be here. So for the women especially who are listening, if you like to get on the phone and talk to people, oh my God, I just met DJ Journey. Is it Journey Beats? I just met DJ Journey Beats, and oh my goodness, blah, 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 blah. If you're that type of person, guess what? You're a networker. You bring people together. You make the connection. You make things happen.
Very true, very true.
Right? So no matter what it is that you like to do, do it. There are some people who are really into technology.
Right.
We need you. We need technology to move forward so that we could do what we're doing right here, right now.
So there's never such thing as enough. We should always strive to bring new things to the table.
Ever.
I mean, because I'm going through the magazine, I'm looking at just the way it's laid out. It's very attractive to the eyes. I mean, who comes up with the layout part of the magazine? Who decides what's there?
That's the design team.
The design team.
Yes.
They're very, very good.
I have to big up Junior Rodigan. I have to big up DJ Addy. They're the ones who look after the design, the look, everything about the magazine that you see, the visual. That's all them.
Wow.
The journalism part, the journalistic aspirations, that falls on my department.
Okay, so how many of you work in the team? How many of you?
The last time I counted, I believe it's 25.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're all spread out around the world. So coordinating time zones and, coordinating, getting all the articles in and the photos in and all these good things. It's sometimes a challenge, but yeah, we're around the world.
So how often do you release the magazine?
Monthly.
Okay.
Monthly, yes.
It's a monthly issue.
It's monthly, yeah.
Morning Extra Radio. Breakfast Extra. I got
Breakfast
it.
Extra.
Don't. I got it.
You got it wrong, but you got it right.
Yeah. We have the lovely Natasha in the building talking about L3 Magazine. We're going to get more into the magazine in just a minute. We're going to play some songs and give her a little break. And let's not come. This is not DJ Johnny Beats. We already gave you some half stuff this morning. We're going to relax and learn more about L3 Magazine and what the impacts it's trying to make in the UK and how you can get involved, or how can you just get them. Is it on the app as well?
Yes, we do have an app. You have to go to the Google Play Store, and it's L3 Magazine.
L3 Magazine. It's not on iPhone, is it?
No.
So you gotta get a Samsung, man.
That's fine. I got an Android.
Oh, go on.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is Naughty Boy La La La. We'll be back in a second.